intro. Rule of Three is the name of the show, and I made it here for my main man, Mr. Chris Knight. I hope you like it, bro. So here we go. Well, the Rule of Three is the name of the show. It stars Chris Knight, Calm, and Chat, and Nzo. Third Monday of the month at 9 o'clock, so don't be late, cause that's when the fun starts. We talk about this, we talk about that. 5 questions, decide fiction or is it fact? 3 cats that all came together like Run DMC. We're tougher than leather, so grab a seat, strap on in. The Rule of Three is about to begin, so let's go. Rule of Three is a show, Khaos Central is the channel. It stars me, Chris Knight, and Nzo. 3 cats with one singular vision to make this channel the best channel on YouTube, the best channel on the planet. Peace.
Is there any stuff?
Ooh, I like that. That's a very, very nice intro there, Danny. And Nzo, thank you very much for recutting it.
No problem.
To these 2 guys right here. Great job as always. I appreciate you guys being here. Everybody who's watching, thank you for being here. It's been, I think it's been, I don't know if I've done the last 2 months of my show. So, I mean, we got
pretty much.
We got fact or fiction. We got 10 of those to go through. I know. And, I was like, you know, I'm heading out of town tomorrow, but I was like, I got to do this. I got to do it tonight. So we're doing it tonight. Here we are.
A friend of mine is in St. Louis now in training, and he said it's cold as fuck.
Oh, yeah?
It's supposed to get warmer this week, but it's supposed to rain all week.
I talked to him this morning because he went to, now we in South Carolina. How the hell you get training all the way halfway across the country? He just kind of chuckled. He said, all I know, Danny, is it's 27 degrees and it's cold as shit.
Yeah, I know. It was cold as hell past couple days. Today it actually was really nice. So.
You keep that.
No,
you know, every time I sit here and I hear you guys talk about cold, I'm just like, you guys don't know cold. You don't know cold.
We can get your cold here.
I'm telling you, bro.
Danny doesn't understand your cold.
The first time I go outside, and I can't see no red in the thermostat or the thermometer, I'm packing. The very second it gets warm enough for me to leave, I'm out of that motherfucker.
He's moving south.
Ain't lost nothing in fucking Ice Cubeville.
Yeah, it can get bad down there. It can get bad. Trust me.
Yeah.
You know, when you go outside and your snot freezes, you know it's cold.
Hell no. I don't want none of that. I don't want none of that.
Sure. Before we get to these guys really quick, let's see here. We got David, Creighton, Dandelion Fluff, Eyes Only, Tuckerverse, and let's see here. Who else? I think that's what we got right now. Thank you guys for being here. Looking forward to a great show. Tucker says it's in the 40s here in Florida. It gets cold a little bit in South Carolina, but only for like a little, like 10 minutes or so. Mm-hmm. Like up where Nzo is, when it hits cold, it stays cold.
What's the temperature now? It's 46 now.
46? Oh, dude, that's a nice day.
No, shit.
All right. So, everybody, we're going to go around here really quick. We'll start down there with Nzo. Nzo, tell everybody about yourself and what you got going on.
What's up, guys? Biggaford Entertainment. As you know, we are on the Rule of Three, but on Wednesday night will be the OOC. Make sure to check that out. We always have some good topics on there, and we will probably be doing a tournament this weekend, this Friday. We'll decide which one we're going to do. So, yeah, that's what we got. All
right, and Danny, tell everybody about yourself and what you got going on.
Danny, a.k.a. Comic Chat. You can find me here Monday nights on one of these 3 shows. Also, sometimes I pop in on Nzo's show, the OOC, Guy Scar show. It usually starts by 8 p.m. on Wednesday Eastern Standard Time to hang out. And then on Sunday nights, 10 o'clock p.m., Rob Storms. Last night was the original 4, man. We had a good show last night. A lot of fun.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
We bashed
Adam and Adam. You know, and Rob said he wouldn't know who Sierra was because
number one, because she's black. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, you know.
Shit was kind of funny though.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh boy, Craziness. And I am Chris Knight, Real Review 3000 is where you can find me doing stuff with Jackbox Games occasionally. I'm over on Hauntstars doing Name That Tune, talk about that singer, all that stuff. And of course, 3 nights a week, 3 nights a month, at least here on Mondays, we're here doing these 3 shows. And tonight it's my show, Rule of Three. And if you've forgotten how this is, it's either a wheel or it's doors. Tonight's it's doors. And we got a 3-minute timer, all that fun stuff, yada, yada, yada. And here we go. We're going to open it up. And I will let Nzo pick first. Nzo, 1, 2, or 3.
So since it's been a while, the first show in a month, I'm going to go with number 1.
Number 1. With the recent backlash on films such as Ant-Man, Black Adam, and Shazam 2, it seems that the comic book movie may be on the decline. Some people see a different motive, though. With James Gunn and Bob Iger making moves to correct the course of each respective property. So people think they may be trying to sabotage or redirect these franchises to different places, as in, we've heard there's going to be less Marvel TV shows. They've kind of shooken up a couple things over the past couple weeks with Marvel. And then James Gunn is blatantly getting blamed for putting these things out there and literally taking stuff out of them to sabotage them. So, what are your thoughts on these things? What do you think's happening? That's the question. So, here we go. 3 minutes on the board. And Nzo, your time starts. Oh, I see it. Hold on.
Yep.
This thing, the way they have this now, it's different than it used to be. You used to be able to present it and go from one screen to the next. I don't understand. Entire screen. There we go. Here we go. Okay, there we go. Here we go. 3 minutes. Time starts now.
Okay, so first I'll go with the sabotage. And I don't believe they're trying to sabotage anything. You know what I mean? There's money involved here, big money involved here. So saying that they're trying to sabotage it, I don't believe that at all. What I do think is that, and people like to say, oh, is it fatigue, comic book fatigue? I don't think so quite yet. I do think that the quality of the movies aren't as good as they used to be, right? I also believe that, especially with the MCU, they're kind of missing, Robert Downey Jr. They're missing Chris Evans. Black Widow is gone, right? These are the characters that we followed for 3 full phases, and now they're just bringing out characters that I think people don't really care about. I think that's the problem. I think people are still going to see the MCU movies because they're MCU movies and they're part of a bigger picture. But let's say they were one-offs. I don't think they would even do as good or as what they're doing now, right? I mean, they're not doing so well. Ant-Man hasn't done very well. Shazam is flopping. Eternals, you had all the ones that flopped in phase 4. So the problem is that I think that the characters, the people are just not interested in them. We had Ant-Man 3 and a lot of people were like, oh yeah, it looks good. Got Kang, Jonathan Majors, and even that one didn't do as well. So also what Shifty said too, I believe that they have the X-Men, they're not doing anything with them. And that's a problem too. Like, we don't even know when an X-Men project is coming out, if it's in development, what they're doing with the X-Men. I think that will rejuvenate these movies if they start putting the X-Men in there, because I think that's what people really want to see. But more for me, it's more quality. Then we also have the DC side of it, where I just think that Shazam could have also been hurt by the fact that it's not going anywhere. We're going to get this one, we're going to get the Flash, that's going to reboot everything, and then James Gunn is going to pretty much start over. So I think that could be a reason, because if you look at the people that talk about, other than me and Danny, like, everybody really pretty much likes Shazam. So that type of movie with word of mouth could have a great second week. But the fact that it's not going anywhere, people are like, oh, I'll just wait till it comes on streaming, because there's nothing to carry it on to a bigger picture, So I think if James Gunn comes out with that Superman Legacy first, and it's a killer and it does good, I think we can get back into the swing of things. But right now, I just think the quality of these movies need to get better.
Alrighty, very good. Danny, 3 minutes. Your time starts now.
I don't know if they're necessarily sabotaging it. James Gunn, I've never really been a big fan of his material because, as y'all know, I'm not really keen on Guardians of the Galaxy. There is some talk and speculation that he's going to keep some of his people. I think I read an article yesterday that he's keeping Margot Kidder, or how you pronounce her name. And I'm just
Margot
saying,
Robbie.
Robbie, I'm sorry. And if he keeps her and gets rid of you know who, then I'm gonna kind of be looking kind of side eyed at DCU. I think that we should go back to some of the old tactics. I think I remember we having a conversation where we said back in the day, man, we didn't know what movies was coming out. We just see it suddenly appear on TV or suddenly appear in the movies. They might need to go back to that format. Because when you oversaturate the market, man, people just get tired of it. I mean, you know, every other month you're gonna see some kind of superhero, and it's not good, it's not great, it's not groundbreaking. You're gonna get tired of that, and I won't say hero fatigue is sitting in. I'm gonna say more like just bad writing is sitting in, and people just kind of throwing stuff on the wall to see whether or not it's gonna stick. You know, case in point is Batman. I mean, it's Shazam 2 we just saw has very, very three major problems with me, which I discussed last night. And on I come take it in a minute. That I just did that really disturbed me, kind of took away from the movie. But Bob Iger maybe kind of putting the brakes on stuff. I think is a good thing because, like I said, oversaturation can hurt you sometime. Whenever, especially if the product is not what we expect it to be or what it was up to par. Because, like Nzo said, Jonathan Majorman is an excellent actor. He should have. That movie should have got way more money than it did. I don't know whether it's bad placing. I don't know whether. I know a lot of people talking about, well, the ants killed him. The ants killed him. The ants didn't kill him. I think they hurt him. But Ant-Man beating him was kind of crazy because he should have been all powerful. He should have known what it was. But the ants didn't kill Kang.
Facts.
It was a combination of other stuff. So I don't know. Maybe Bob, when you are in something, sometimes you can't see. Bob Iger stepped out of it. He was gone for a year and a half, and he could see some of the mistakes, and maybe he was reading some of the emails and seeing some of the texts and some of the Instagram stuff, and maybe he said, okay, maybe we need to do this. So I'm thinking him and Kevin Feige, they're probably making some kind of game plan and probably, okay, let's slow this process down. We had to speed it up a little bit because of COVID, but now COVID is over. Let's get back to the old blueprint. Let's do things the old way. James Gunn, he really pissed me off from the start when he or chose not to use the Man of Steel, Henry Cavill, Ben Affleck, and Gal Gadot. I just don't agree with that. But hey, that's his toy, so he can play with it however he wants to.
Okay, very good. Let's see here, and 3 minutes for myself, and I'm going to. I don't disagree with what you guys are saying. I think if there's a case to be said about any of this right now, it's Bob Iger has the better path right now because he, I think, like Danny said, had a moment away from it, heard some people talk about it, said, what's going on with this? And he's like, okay, we just need to back off. Not more. Let's really focus on what we're putting out and put out good stuff. He's just been back now for about 6 months max. So a lot of this stuff was already well on its way out the door. So we may not see an actual turnabout face with the MCU right away because there's still a couple things I think that they have ready to go. But I know the Marvels have kind of been pushed back and a few other things have been pushed back. They've canceled some shows that they were kind of talking about. I think his is really just trying to clean up the product and make it better again. Try to get it back more to what it used to be. Gunn, again, I'm not going to call it sabotage per se, but I really think this is almost a little man syndrome thing with him. Is that when he first announced this, we had just gotten Cavill back, and now he's like, nope, Cavill's not coming back. This isn't happening. This isn't happening. Ben Affleck just said, I'm not going to direct any DC films. So there's all this, things that were talked about happening that still could happen, But now that's not happening, and the only thing that's really changed majorly is Gunn. And he's announced. I think he said he's going to do 2 or 3 of these first some odd movies. He's going to direct them. That's like really suspect. And then you like Danny said, you're going to keep Margot Robbie for Birds of Prey or your Suicide Squad stuff, but you're not going to keep Cavill and you're not going to do this. It's like, again, it's really interesting. And then you lean on the fact that Shazam is getting mixed reviews. Black Adam got mixed reviews. I didn't think it was that bad, but okay. There's a lot of this stuff, and it's like, is he just trying to really kill it and then say, well, we might as well just fully start over and not even worry about any of that stuff? So now my question is, what's going to happen with the Flash? I mean, I think that's a really hard thing right there. But I won't call it direct sabotage. I will just say I think his choices are sabotaging the chances for DC. I don't think he's doing it out of ill will. I just think he's making some really strange choices. And until we see what he puts out, we really won't know if that's really better or not. But I think on Bob Iger's side, I think he's saying we got to go back to what we were doing. And he's trying to rein everything back in, because when Chappa came in, they just kind of all just went hog wild with everything I've seen. And I think that's a big problem. I think Iger saw that. So, yeah. 3 minutes to talk about it together.
Yeah,
well, of the two. No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, if you guys notice or if you have seen the articles, I think her name is Victoria Alonso, like from Marvel. She left. They're saying they're not saying why she left or how, but I think she probably, hey, we don't want you here, so we'll make it, say you're leaving or something like that, right? And she was a big part of the CGI and all of that, and a lot of people have been complaining about the CGI in some of these Marvel movies. So I think with her going, and then now them pushing back some projects and not doing as much, they'll focus more on getting the CGI correct and maybe putting better stories out there. So,
yeah, I can see that.
I
what do you think, Danny?
I'm just saying, I think James Gunn full of shit, because out of all the people and all the clips, he didn't cut his wife clip at the end of the Shazam, and she had to come and recruit Shazam. I just don't to me, like he's showing favoritism, and I strongly disagree. Just because you reboot something don't mean you have to get rid of the characters. You can reboot it and then change the characters' characteristics. But that's just me.
At times, it's like the things he says, you're like, okay, I kind of see that, but then he flips around and does something else that totally goes against what he's saying. And like I said, I won't call it direct sabotage. I just don't know. Go ahead.
You call it little man syndrome. I call it his shit don't stink syndrome. That's the vibe I get from him. Like, I'm James Gunn, and whatever I do is going to be fire and magical. I mean, I haven't seen it yet. Like I said, I've never been a fan of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Except 1 or 2 of them, Raccoon and that's about it. Only one that and Gamora, when she was alive, the first one, they didn't get on my nerves. The rest of them get on my nerves. I am Groot shit. That drives me crazy. What the fuck you saying? I am Groot. I don't understand that. And then the one that what's the guy?
Drax.
Drax. It made him stupid as hell. Star-Lord, only thing like Star-Lord, he plays fire music. His music selection is fire. Other than that, he gets on my nerves. Mantis, she ain't too bad, but sometimes she gets on the goofy tip shit too. So we'll see.
I like the first Guardians. I think the first Guardians is definitely up there in the top 10 of the MCU movies. But I think with the second one, I'll agree with you 100%, Danny. They made Drax look like a clown. You know what I mean? There was way too much jokes in it. It just went too far with the second one. So I hope the third one turns it down.
So you can't see me.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Really?
Yeah, ridiculous. When in the first one, Drax was more like, his humor was kind of because he didn't understand certain phrases and stuff like that. Yeah. Right. But now it's just like he's a joke. Ha ha ha, laughing. Yeah, I didn't like that at all. I hope they tone it down in the third one. You're muted, Chris.
What do you mean I was only? I am for Gal Gadot. What are you talking about? You still muted, bro.
Yeah, Danny's always been for Gal
Oh
Gadot.
yeah,
That's Uncle was so saying.
there's a bunch of fans pushing for the Mary Marvel actress to replace Gal. Hell no, she ain't sexier than Gal Gadot. I don't care what you say.
Hey, Chill showed me this the other day. Did you know the chick from Shazam, the white one?
Come on, Mary.
Um yeah, that's her name, Mary?
Yeah, Mary Marvel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She got like full nude pictures online.
What
Like
about
when I say nude, poom poom showing and everything.
damn?
I was like, what? Send me that link. I gotta
Her
find them.
mom looked sexier
uh,
than she did to me. Man, in that bed, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, the mom didn't look too bad either.
I was like, I'll go
that's
with
where the conversation is gone, guys.
with
All right.
Hispanic Wonder Woman.
You
It
know?
always goes back to that, doesn't it, though?
Yes.
Doesn't
Yes,
it?
it
It
does.
always does.
She ain't gonna use her
Danny,
real. All
2 or
she gotta
3?
say Poppy, and I'll stop whatever crime I'm committing. Yes, that's Wonder Woman.
I'm gonna get a sound clip of some chick saying that. I'm gonna play
Poppy.
it. Danny's just gonna be like, "What? Wait, what?
Poppy? Yeah. Okay.
Danny, 2 or 3?
3.
3. News finally broke that Quentin Tarantino is about to shoot what he says will be his final film. Do you think that it will be a sequel like Kill Bill 3 or something, or in something entirely new? And do you believe this will be his final movie? He's always said he's going to make 10 movies. This will be his 10th movie. Do you think it's going to be a sequel? Because he's got several movies that people have wanted sequels. People kind of want to spin off from Pulp Fiction. I don't know how you do it, but I've heard that. Kill Bill 3. There's several out there. Jackie Brown. So anything like that. Do you think this is his final movie? And what do you think maybe that movie might be? That's the question.
Okay.
So, 3 minutes, Danny. Your time starts now.
I think I really do not give a bat shit about whether he makes 10 movies or 110 movies or whatever. But if this is going to be his final movie, I wouldn't mind a Django Unchained too. See where he's going from that. That's one of the movies that I'm really interested in what he made. I've never seen Pulp Fiction. Other movies you name, I never seen. I think The Hateful Eight, didn't he make that too?
Yeah.
I saw that and was like, no, this is boring as shit. I don't know whether he's gonna make 10 or not. I mean, I know of him. I know his work. Didn't he do the one where Antonio Banderas was like a killer, carried a guitar or something, shit like that.
Desperado.
That was Rodriguez. That was
Yeah.
Okay.
Robert Rodriguez. But that he did, I think, write that movie.
Okay.
So he had something to do with it.
Yeah. Well, the only one, like I said, that I would definitely interested in seeing would be Django Unchained 2 or whatever they want to title it. If it's that, I would definitely go see that because I thought that's one of my favorite all-time westerns. But I really don't know whether he is, and I know to me, the word I use to describe him is eccentric. You never can tell what someone who's eccentric going to do. They may have a moment of clarity or a moment of inspiration or this or that, or they'll say something and then something will happen that sparks an idea and they'll act on that. So whether or not he's going to stop at 10 is really hard to say based on his personality and the interviews I've seen. He's kind of quirkiness and whatever other words you want to use to describe that. But, hey, if it's 10 and that's what he stops and says he's going to do, kudos to him. If it's not, then, hey, I really don't care one way or the other. But the movie that I would want to see is, of course, like I said, for the third and final time, is Django Unchained, Part 2.
All right, cool. Very good.
I see Shifty did a search. Look at him. Holy crap. These are full blown porn pics of Mary Marvel. Yeah, you Googled it. Hey, Shifty.
Let me look at it
Shifty.
right now. Mary Marvel.
Oh
Shifty.
my gosh.
Shifty, send me the link in the private chat. Twitter chat. Send me the link.
Well then, that's great. Off to Google right now. Pulp Fiction 2 could work. It could. I just don't know how they're going to do it. Onzo, 3 minutes. Time starts now.
Um, you know, a lot of these directors and a lot of these people, they always say, well, this is my last movie. I mean, Jay-Z's retired like 3 times already. I know it's different when you're making a movie because you got to write it, you got to, direct it, have all this stuff into place to actually getting a movie done. So it may be painstaking. He may be done with it. But I also, I know people are clamoring for a Kill Bill 3, right? Maybe with the black daughter as the one going after the bride. That would be interesting. If this is his last movie, uh, I don't know if I'm really interested in it, to be honest with you. I'm more like Danny. I mean, Quentin Tarantino is more hit and miss for me than anything. There's movies he has that I like. There's some I don't, like Pulp Fiction. I do not like Pulp Fiction. Um, I didn't hate Eightful Eight. I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was a decent movie. Django Unchained, of course, we already know how good Django Unchained is, right? Um, what else am I thinking? He did the Terror Planet or the other one, whichever one that one was.
Well, there was the Grindhouse one that they did.
Grindhouse one, yeah.
That was a mix with Robert Rodriguez also.
Right, but there was two. I think one he directed and one he didn't.
It was several parts. It was one movie. It was several parts, and they split it up. And one of them was his. Yes, Dust Till Dawn. He wrote. He did not direct Dust Till Dawn.
Right. So, and like he has a style that I guess when it comes to his movies that you kind of have to get used to as well, because he likes those bloody, gory. You know what I mean? Blowing off someone's arm and stuff like that kind of stuff, which I personally don't mind. I enjoy it.
Reservoir Dogs.
Yes, Reservoir Dogs 2, which was really good.
Inglourious Bastards.
Wasn't a big fan of that one either. I thought it was okay. But I don't know, man. I just have to find, if this movie, his final movie, does good, right? If it makes like, I won't say $1 billion because it's hard for these movies to make $1 billion that aren't superhero movies.
Sin City.
Oh, Sin City, okay. But if it goes up there, if it gets up there, right, like maybe 600 million, depending on what the budget is, because the budgets aren't really that high, so it gets 600, 700 million. I don't see why he might not say, you know what, let me kind of give them the Kill Bill Volume 3 that they want, or me, like Danny said, maybe even a Django 2. I don't know how they would pull it off, but I'm sure he could figure something out. So to say it's his last movie, I'd be like, okay, but I'm not 100% sure about it.
All right. Now on my end,
God, I would hate to see him do Mortal Kombat. Good gravy. Everybody.
I don't know. That would kind of be interesting. See, it's like always going to be a subversion of expectation because what he did with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood basically took Manson murders and flipped it on its head and totally changed the outcome. And it was fun to watch his interpretation of what might have happened, but I actually believe when he says this will be his final movie that he will direct, because he directs some TV stuff, he's directed some segment stuff for like Grindhouse and things like that. I think if anything, he'd go back to doing that. He's written a lot of stuff too, and I think that might be where he goes, is writing and just straight producing. Though I could see him being somebody like Stanley Kubrick, that after years of kind of sitting on the sidelines, Kubrick got tired of things and how, things were being shot. So he went out and he did that Eyes Wide Shut movie. And Kubrick had a very certain style. And I think that's how, maybe not on the same level, but that's how you're going to remember Tarantino. So I think 10's probably where he's going to stop for a good while, but at some point somebody's going to convince him, hey, show us you can still do this. Somebody's going to say, I mean, this is a guy that sat in, I think it was a Blockbuster. He worked at a Blockbuster, I think, and he would talk to all these actors in Hollywood who would come in and rent movies and be like, hey, I love you in this movie. And what got people to remember him was it wasn't movies that they were really known for. They were some beef like that they had been in like 30 years before they were famous or something. And that really let people know, oh, this guy really likes cinema. And that's what people know Quentin Tarantino for, at least in the Hollywood world. So I would believe for a long while it would be his last movie. Now I think Django Unchained 2 would probably be like his best thing he could do. But I have a feeling that I guess this will tell us what his real thoughts are on his 10th movie. If he goes and does like a Kill Bill 3, that's kind of like a throwaway. That's like, oh, I don't even have to think about this. I'm just going to do this. If he does like a Django Unchained 2, that will take some thought behind it. And that means his passion's still really there and that he really wants to do something, what he'll consider important or monumental for that 10th movie. So whatever it is, it's going to tell us a lot about what actually is going to happen. If this is his 10th and final, or if it's just he's done because he's just throwing stuff at the wall like so many other people in Hollywood today. But I don't see him being that person. 3 minutes to talk about it really quick. We don't have to use all 3 minutes, but
you don't
favorite.
think Kill Bill would be more than just a throwaway?
I just think it's so easy to write. They've talked about it for years and he's even kind of thrown out like ideas such as the Vernita Green, I think was her name. I have to remember. But the chick that she kills in front of her daughter.
Yeah.
They've all talked about that chick's going to be the one that comes back, and then we're going to find out that that Lucy Liu's character had a daughter, and then she's going to come back, and it's like, okay, but that just sounds like there's no thought behind it. I don't think it's just going to be another Kill Bill episode, and I think that he personally, I think, would do something much different than that. He very rarely wants to do sequels. Kill Bill, it was because he was telling the story over a long period of time. It was a long film, and he's like,
it's more or less one movie. Yeah, it's more or less one movie. But I think that if he were to do a Kill Bill, he'd probably switch it up. He would still, I'm sure he has an idea for what he would do for it, just not the whole story. You know what I mean? So I still think it would take a little bit of time to get it done and get it done properly. But I do agree. I think it could be Django, which could be the one that would be the most feasible to do.
What's this you're putting out there, Shifty?
No idea.
Tarantino's last movie.
Yeah, I don't know if it says in there what he's gonna do. Just put it in the
Quentin Tarantino's
chat.
final film is coming as filmmaker readies the movie critic exclusive.
Yep, that's where I pulled this story from. Okay, but really quick, guys. Danny, yours is Django Unchained, right? That's your favorite of his? And
correct.
Nzo, what's your favorite?
I said probably would be Django. Yeah,
I love Django, but I would put Kill Bill in, I mean, 1 and 2 because it works really well as a companion piece. Jackie Brown's really good. Pulp Fiction's really good. Django Unchained's really good. I think Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is very good. It's just all his movies just have to be in the mood because he's not your standard director. He likes to change things up. He likes to put beginnings at the end and ends at the beginning. And it's like, so there's a lot of that stuff that goes on. So he is an acquired taste. So I
absolutely
don't disagree with that.
Absolutely.
All right. Final topic tonight. The long-awaited Twister sequel seems to be moving forward with the working title of Twisters. How original, right?
God.
Yep. Do you think the sequel will be able to have the same success that recent long-awaited sequels like Top Gun Maverick and Avatar: The Way of Water have had, or is this a sequel that'll flop?
Yeah, I got it.
All right. Nzo, I'll let you go first. 3 minutes. Your time starts now.
This movie is going to flop and flop hard. I don't think the first Twister flopped too much, but I don't know, man. I don't think these disaster movies do very well anyways anymore, right? I don't think nobody really cares about these disaster movies. Now, I would like to say if you get a really big actor in it, it could propel it, but I find nowadays people are going to movies not because of the actor, but they're going because of, what the movie represents or if they want to see it or not. Like back in the day, you could put Arnold Schwarzenegger in Twins and it makes money because it's Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know what I mean? Sylvester Stallone. People didn't really care what the movie was. Just, hey, Sylvester Stallone has a new movie. Let's go see it. Now you can't do that anymore because I think Will Smith was maybe the last big actor like that. I think it was him. Right now, it's like people want to go see the movie because of the movie. You would think that Black Adam would have made a crazy amount of money because of The Rock, but if you really go and look at The Rock's biggest movies, they're usually, the Jumanjis or the Fast and Furious ones where, he's co-hosting with somebody or something like that. But when it comes to his own movies, Skyscraper, Rampage, whatever else I can think of, they don't do so well. They do okay, but they don't do so well. So I think that this Twister movie, no one's gonna care about it. Like if it costs $100 million to make, it'll probably make 50 million at the box office. You know what I mean? Because I ain't gonna go see it unless I see something in the trailer that makes me say, yo, this is tight. But if you've seen one Twister movie, you've seen them all, right? There's only so much they could do with the twisters and tornadoes and stuff like that. So it would have to be more predicated on the chemistry between the characters in the movie, and the twisters would just have to be secondary to that. And again, like I could care less. So yeah, it's gonna flop 100%, guaranteed.
All right, Danny, 3 minutes or however long. Go ahead.
I agree, Nzo. This is flop. Because Bill Paxton is dead, and the guy that played Dusty, I can't think of his name, Robert Seymour, I think his name. He's dead. I don't know. Last time Helen Hunt did a movie, so if you're gonna kind of do a continuation using the same blueprint as Tom Cruise, then that's not gonna work there because two of the core characters are dead, and Tom Cruise he stayed active from the first Top Gun. He stayed active as far as Mission Impossibles and that kind of stuff. Like I said, I can't tell the last movie Helen Hunt was in, and you can't be very active if you're dead. So I don't think if they're gonna do that, I don't think it's gonna have the same magic because those three really stand out in my mind. The rest of the actors I really don't remember in there. I don't know how they can make it bigger because they showed that. I think the Act 3 of the first Twister was the Finger of God, which is an F5. So what is going to be worse than the Finger of God? I've never heard of a tornado classify anything higher than an F5. So they're going to have like an F7 or 8, 9, or 10 or something. That'd be something that they would totally have to make. So I mean, I don't know how it could be any more like, damn, how they going to do that? Now, I do remember how they were inside of the tunnel and they could see up the whole funnel of the tornado. And that was a terrific shot. I don't know how they can improve upon that. And to agree with what I was saying, I don't know. These natural disaster films, man, the last truly natural disaster film I remember was one Pierce Brosnan about the volcano. That was one. I
Yeah.
think Tommy Lee Jones did one with the volcano. And then
Volcano was Tommy Lee Jones. Yeah. Dante's Peak.
Dante's Peak was Pierce Brosnan. Yeah. Then The Rock, he did one where they had a
San Andreas.
San Andreas.
Yeah.
I mean, those movies did okay, but I don't think they were not no box office smashes and stuff. So, will it make some money? Maybe, but it's gonna be hard when you got two of your lead actors no longer with us. So unless they get some, I guess, some new blood. Of course, people like to sprinkle Idris Elba and other people in there, and they can Jason Momoa if he go in there, and they might put some butts in the seat. I mean, I don't know. I would like Anzo. I would have to see the trailer and be like, damn, that look all right there. But other than that, I don't think it's gonna be that good. So I definitely think it'll be FLOP, flop.
Facts.
Flopperino. Gotcha. I'm right there with you guys. Listen, the movie was excellent. Oh, not, let me rephrase that. Not excellent. It just, when it came out, was the right time for Twister. There was no, if I remember right, it made a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Special effects were cutting edge. Everybody's like, wow, look at this. I mean, I live in Tornado Alley. I mean, I live like within 100, 200 miles of some of the places they talk about in that movie. And I know that. I've been in those situations. I've felt that. So when I watched the movie, I was like, wow. The acting, of course, isn't great, and I don't think that's the point. It was just the sheer, let's see what this natural disaster is like. And then it got made fun of. Sharknado, it's in Crocodile Dundee 3, and it's in a lot of things. They just made fun of it. Like the cows flying around in the tornado and stuff. And that's all fun and dandy. It's little hints back to that movie. If you're really wanting to do something, let's not do a sequel, which I'm assuming this is going to be his daughter or something, or their daughter. We're going to get a 5-minute Helen Hunt, cameo, and it's going to be a whole new team. And outside of that, and a few names being dropped, it's not going to be. And maybe they get Carrie Ells to come back and reprise. Oh no, he died. That's right. Never mind. See, so it's like you kill off anything you could bring back to sprinkle back in tie-ins to the movie. Yeah, it was from the Speed Director.
Wasn't Marissa Tomei in there?
No, it was Helen Hunt. It was.
I think Bill Paxton. No.
Bill Paxton.
Yeah, Bill
he
Paxton.
Yeah.
What was Bill Paxton's fiance name?
Yeah, I can't remember, but that's not. That wasn't Marissa Tomei. I can't remember who it was. I don't think she had done a lot of stuff before that. But okay, so what you do is do what a lot of other people are doing.
Jamie Gertz.
Avatar and stuff like this. What you do is you go back, you go through the original negatives, you clean it up, bring it up to 4K, kind of fix some of the CGI to make it a little better, and then you put it and re-release it as whenever the next anniversary of it is, 25, 30, whatever it is. You re-release it, and that's what you can do. That makes more sense than going out, and I just can't see how a movie's going to live up to what that movie meant to people or what it did for people. And I can't see how you're going to even, like Danny said, what is there left? You made an F5 in the movie. You could have done an F4, or you could have said at the end of the movie, oh, no, it was just an F4. Wow, it seemed like an F5, blah, blah, blah. But no, the whole movie was leading up to that F5. That's the whole thing. So what are you going to do now? Even if it's their daughter. Let's say you make it their daughter, and Bill Paxton's character died, and Helen Hunt makes her 5-minute cameo. What are you going to do other than that? Supposedly, and I'm just going to...
They even had twin tornadoes in there, if I remember. There was a section.
Yeah, they had...
two.
Yes.
So you're going to have 4 or 5 tornadoes and then 4 or 5 F5s. I mean...
That movie it was like the first Jurassic Park. They actually went to a lot of these tornado scientists and asked them questions. How do you guys actually do chasing? Like professional chasing? How do you do this? What type of instruments do you really have? What are you thinking about using? And a lot of that, the whole Dorothy thing, was actually something that had been in the works and now has actually happened. And so they incorporated a lot with reality into it. Even though it was very fantastical and it was very much more of a not real, but it was as real as it could be, but still being an action movie.
Mm-hmm.
What
can you do now? What can you do to top that? I just don't see it.
Leave it buried where it's at. Some movies
I agree.
Aren't meant to have sequels and stuff. Because I really didn't think Top Gun 2 was going to be. I was like, I don't know. That's a lot of time, but hey, it did what it did.
There are those times, but again, that movie relied on Tom Cruise still being around and Maverick's character still being around.
Yeah, there's a lot of Iceman, did he die in real life yet? Val Kilmer
I don't think so yet.
That scene alone was like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that and him flying in that thing in 2 minutes and 30 seconds was the best part. So
I agree.
You gotta have the core characters if you're gonna do something that long ago.
That's right, and you don't
Mm-hmm.
have Bill Paxton anymore. And Bill Paxton was a big part of that movie, so yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's just
Like I said, like Helen Hunt, she's on a hiatus. I can't tell the last thing she did.
Neither can I. I don't think she's done really.
Chuck Norris. They need to bring Chuck Norris to star in it. Yes. Oh my God. No, it was a Dodge Ram. That was the year the Dodge Ram redesigned their trucks, and that was the big truck in there because Dodge got their truck in there, that red Dodge truck. And I mean, I remember the house. I remember everything they did. That house rolling in front of them. That was some special gimbal or something.
Yeah, but that's some bullshit. They take a leather belt and tie themselves to a damn
to pipes
leather pipe.
because
I mean, a leather belt
pipes are buried way down.
The pipes
way down
stay
in the ground.
but the leather belt, what I'm talking about, I ain't gonna.
Well, the leather, yeah, exactly. The leather belt and the top part of the pipes up above the thing. Yeah, no.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
I'll give you the pipes, but they ain't strong enough to hold that shit back down.
What do you think that would do to your body? I mean, pulling you up.
Snatch into.
Facts.
No. I just saw that and I'm like, what?
Me and my wife
They're
went to
doing a
Universal
sequel?
like the year or two after that, and they had the twister thing in there, and they simulated a tornado. I really did it. It looked very real, but I was like, nah, that's man-made. You can imagine what God is. The man-made was hell, so I know what nature and God is. So, nah. But at the end, Chris Rock gets his revenge on Will Smith.
All right, guys. I think we're right there on that time, so let's do this, guys. You know what time it is. It's time for the final five. Fact or fiction?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now for the moment that everyone's been waiting for. It's Chaos Central's Final 5 Fact or Fiction.
Oh, let's see here. I got the tally right here. I got to open the tally. And we'll bring this
Anzo's
up
in the
first.
lead. Chris is
Oh,
on
you gotta stay off that planet you own, bro. You gotta get off Earth. Come on back to Earth.
No.
Oh, man. All right, so here you go. This is what we got right now. It's Danny with 53, Anzo with 50, and I have 51.
Shit,
Your
I'm
first one we're going to answer tonight is: rarely do movies have a 10-year gap between entries, but there are two upcoming movies that will try their luck. Matrix Revolution and Avatar 2. Fact or fiction, Avatar 2 will make more than The Matrix. I think we just got to kind of say that's a foregone conclusion.
Yeah, we all said yes on that one too. Damn it.
I believe so. Let's see here. It's question number. Oh wait, no. I'm sorry. Why did I have the wrong one here? Hold on. Question number 2. No. It's number 5. No, number 3. I guess. There. Yes, that's it. This is it. Yeah, we already did that one. It's out. I don't know why that was on that one, but oh well. Say what you will about Tom Brady. He has the most rings, Super Bowl appearances, touchdowns, all that. Does he have enough to win 2 more Super Bowl, or will he win 2 more Super Bowls? Do we want to call this? Because I think he really has retired.
Yeah, he's done.
He ain't gonna win.
Yeah, he's done.
All right. Danny, myself, and Anzo, we all said fiction on that one. Fiction. So we all get a point. Save this one. Close that. And this right. 1, 2. All right, next one up. Says Joe Rogan has been criticized lately for his COVID misinformation and use of the N-word. Cancel culture seems determined to have him removed from Spotify and other platforms. Joe Rogan has apologized, but fact or fiction, Joe Rogan will be removed from Spotify platform by the end of the year. That was last year, and it did not happen. If I remember right, his ratings went up. Because why not? Anyways, so question number 4 in week number 14. Right here. And week number 14, question number 4. Fiction, fiction, and fiction. We all said fiction. Save that one. Close that.
You all get a point, right?
Yeah.
Yep, we all get a point. Yep. Scores aren't going anywhere. I have a feeling, actually, when I was looking at some of these that I know were answered, I think I'm going to end up on the bottom of this pile here by the end of this.
That would be right as long as I'm in first, then all is right in the universe.
Gotcha. Okay.
I don't like that.
Next one. Next one we have is this one. And I just cancel that one out. All right, Star Wars Rangers of the New Republic was announced in December of 2020. Since then, star Gina Carano has been fired. So basically what they did is they incorporated elements into the other shows they're doing, and it's dead. It's dead, and gone. So, no, it's not releasing in the near future. And this is week number 15, question number 2. And he said, fiction. Nzo said, wait, hold on, let's make sure we got the right one. Nzo said fact, and I said fact, and we both don't go anywhere, and Danny gets another point.
Wait, what? Hold on. Say that again.
We both said fact that it would be released in the near future, and
oh shit, we did.
Danny said fiction.
No, it's not funny, Danny.
Well, it's like I don't know. This seems to be the thing that's been happening. Is like Danny, we get close.
Oh, shit.
I don't know. Danny has a cheat sheet somewhere. I don't know what it is. All right, week number 17 here.
I'm wondering why I said fact though, because that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I said fact on that one, really?
Well, that was a while back.
Yeah, I know, but
there might have been something in there. I thought I was absolutely gone, or there might have been some information out at the time that said, "Hey, no, they're still going to do it."
Frick.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, Tom Brady has resigned with Tampa Bay Bucks. Many states and helps chances of Tampa Bay or re-sign. Tampa Bay will win another championship or another Super Bowl with Tom Brady again.
No, Chris will know on this one.
But, oh, yeah, I did. No questions about it. Question number 1. Danny said fact.
Okay.
Nzo and I said fiction. So we both got our point
when
back.
the two stick together, look at you.
Hey.
Thank God.
We have to keep close.
You know?
All right. Next one. Let's go there, and I'll close this one up. There we go. All right, Creed 3 is due out November 23rd, 2022, which they pushed it back, whatever. So Sly Stone said after Creed 2 that he was done playing the character of Rocky Balboa. Fact or fiction, Rocky Balboa makes some sort of appearance in Creed 3. I have not seen it yet, but everything I've read, and you guys have seen it, he's mentioned at times, but there is absolutely no photograph, no appearance, no nothing, right? Okay.
Nope.
I ain't even remember him being mentioned.
It does. What I read says it's brief things about, like, I think.
I don't remember him being mentioned either, to be honest.
But that's not. It doesn't matter.
But I know.
It's not an appearance, and I think I said that he would.
It has to be a picture, yeah. Appearance.
Yeah, and I said a picture or something. This is
it definitely wasn't no flashbacks.
No.
Question number 5. Danny said fiction. Well, you said fact, Nzo. I said fact also. How the hell? Damn.
Are you sure this is right? I don't remember saying fact because I knew he wasn't going to be in it. Why the fuck would I say fact?
Because I put in there not even a photograph.
Because your buddy said it. That's why.
God,
whatever.
Damn it, bro. Shit.
Damn it.
I'm going to have to go back to these shows and watch them again to make sure. I'm fucking up with this shit.
Oh, man.
Come on, ride that train. Come on.
All right. Let's see here. This is question. This is week 29. Boom. So we know from Black Adam that Henry Cavill is back as Superman. What we don't know is for how long. And yeah, we haven't answered any of these. So fact or fiction, Henry Cavill will appear as Superman in some way in 6 DCU films. This is number 4. Danny said fact. You said fact. I said fact. We all said
Fuck.
We were
fact.
all fooled by that damn James Gunn fucked it up.
You know?
Another reason not to like his ass.
All right, hold on here. Let's see. We're going to go here. And then the final 4 here were all from week 32, right before the playoff championships.
Yeah.
And hold on. Go to. Oh, well, that's nice. Hold on.
I don't
There
think
you go.
anybody got points on this one, though, so I think that's good.
Well, yeah, actually, we do get points because.
Oh, right.
All right,
If
here
you
we
say
go.
yes, then you don't get a point.
Right.
All right, so.
Which I did on 2.
Wrong one. Tally up. Here we go. There's the tally. All right. So, question number 1: Super Bowl 49ers will win. Fiction. Or Nzo said fact, so he loses a point there.
Mhm.
Danny gets a point, and I get a point. So we will add those. Boom. Danny gets that. Then 2 is the Eagles will win the Super Bowl. Danny said fact. That's wrong. Nzo said fact, and I said fact. So we were all wrong there. So no points. Next one. Bengals will win the Super Bowl. I think we all got this one correct. So Danny said fiction. Fiction and fiction. All of us got fiction. And then we'll go ahead. Boom. Wrong one. There we go. And then the last one, I think we all got it right too. And the Chiefs will win the Super Bowl. Yes, people, I did say no. They wouldn't, for a very good reason. Because I didn't think they would.
We know. No, don't lie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
don't
covering
lie.
the bet there, buddy.
Yeah, that was covering your
What?
ass on that one. What?
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. We know what it was.
Can't even keep
No.
a straight face.
You know?
I can't keep a straight face because they actually pulled it out. I was like, I didn't
Yeah.
think they would.
Mhm.
I see.
Oh,
You'd be
whatever.
like, I told you. That's why they
I
pick
didn't
them.
tell you.
Yeah,
That's what
I
I'm
didn't
saying.
tell
If
you.
they would have
Yeah.
lost, that you've been saying.
Exactly.
See, I told y'all. I told
That's
you,
why I didn't
man.
pick
They
them.
just
Yeah,
didn't.
yeah.
Yeah, they
Mhm.
just didn't look right to me,
Absolutely.
man. They just didn't look right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
See, now if you would have had some balls and picked them because they're your team, you could have been gloating all now.
I get so glad because we won.
Yeah, but you didn't have no faith in your team to win. That's the shit.
Hey,
You know what
listen,
I mean?
listen. With the injury and everything else, trust
I'm a
me.
bad
Danny.
hitter. He's
How
a
many
bad
times have I
hitter.
sat here and I said the Steelers are gonna win the Super
Yep,
Bowl?
that's
You know what I
why-
mean? Even though I know they ain't gonna
Yeah.
win.
I don't know what you be smoking, but keep smoking. bro.
All right. So that means we're going to come up to this week's. Yeah, we're going to close that one. Close that one. Close that one. Bring up that. All right, here we go, guys. This week's final 5 fact or fiction. Question number 1: with movies like Black Adam, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, and Shazam, Fury of the Gods, all seeing diminished returns as past comic book movies. The Flash movie will make less than $600 million now.
I'm gonna say fiction.
Fiction.
I'm gonna say fiction as well.
And I will. I mean, less than 600 million. That's a pretty low number, and I think
Michael
enough
Keaton
people.
gonna bring a lot of people back.
Michael Keaton, Ben Affleck. It's gonna be kind of like the Spider-Man No Way Home, you know.
Yeah.
At least we hope. I mean, it could still bomb. I mean,
A lot of people saying I'm going back just to see Michael Keaton.
Right.
Yep. Exactly. There's a Gladiator sequel in the works with Ridley Scott reprising his director role and Denzel Washington playing some part. They haven't announced exactly what yet. Fact or fiction, the Gladiator sequel will do as well, if not better, than the original.
Fiction.
Yeah, I'm fiction too on that one.
And I will say probably fiction.
Yeah, Russell Crowe and
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, play the Joker.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All
right.
Yeah, fire.
Number 3. It's almost NBA playoff time, which means we have to ask. The LA Lakers are barely outside of the looking in on the NBA playoffs. They will make the 2023
Fiction.
Fiction. Yeah, thank you, Chris. Yes.
Actually, no, wait, hold on, Danny. Before I let you pick, they're still in the race.
Nah, bro, that's fiction.
They have a 44% chance of making
no way
it.
they're doing it without LeBron. Fiction.
Yeah, they still.
I am
race.
strong
I say
fiction on that.
though. Me too. Are you saying, Chris?
Oh hell! I'll just say fact just to try. Just to try. I got a couple up on you, Nzo. I can at least at least lose one to you.
Yeah, I know. Dickhead.
Seems almost for certain that Aaron Rodgers is going to be traded to the New York Jets, along with several other players he asked them to get. Fact or fiction? The Jets will go at least 2-2, meaning win 2, lose 2 in their first 4 games next year, if he is their quarterback. Now, if this doesn't happen, or for some reason he can't play in the first 4 games, this is null and void. It's just if he plays in their first 4 games. Okay. So they'll at least go 500. All right. Yeah. Say fact. I'm going to say
bad man, Danny. It's a bad man, Danny. What are you thinking about for?
I'm going fiction on that.
Fiction.
You have no faith in your quarterback?
I ain't got no faith in the Jets.
Well,
point there.
The reason why I picked it is because when we were talking about the Jets the other night on what stream was it? Oh, it was the Storms Nation. Yeah. Someone said they had the 3rd ranked defense. So I was like, okay, well, if that's the case, then maybe they could go.
Yeah, but what good does that do? You got the 23rd offense.
Very true. Very true.
Well, that's why I think he said, I want these players to come. And I don't know. We'll see. All right. Question number 5. The Color Purple is getting a musical remake.
Oh, God.
Yes, you've heard me say this. Musical. It's a musical, but it's still The Color Purple. Oprah is heading up the production with names like Fantasia and David Alan Grier in the cast. Fact or fiction? The Color Purple musical remake will be a commercial flop.
Fact.
I see the same thing. I saw this and I was like, what the hell are they thinking? I don't know how you get up the movie. The first movie was pretty darn good.
Why the hell I want to sing about somebody beat me and I'm being treated more or less like
is it gonna okay? And I can only ask you guys this, and again, nothing disrespectful by asking this, but if they're singing there and it's about slavery and stuff, does that come kind of across as them like making it look like they were happy to get their asses beaten?
I mean, you know why I can't answer that? Because I won't be able to watch it.
I don't get it. It's like, what if they did Roots as a musical? It's like,
no.
Well, Color Purple wasn't really slavery though.
No,
it was during the segregation and stuff like that, but they weren't really slaves.
The way he treated her, man, all that shit they did.
Yeah.
And, it was kind of like The Help.
But if you've seen For Colored Girls or For Colored Girls, it's a musical, Tyler Perry, right? And they have moments where there's like, tragedy stuff and then they break out into singing and it's just I mean, the songs are like, tailored to the tone of the scene. But it's just cringe. You know what I mean? It's just cringe.
I just don't like musicals. Oh God,
Me neither.
they aggravate me.
Me neither. There's one I like I sent you, but you don't like it.
You talking about
The
the
rap
rapper one?
one? Yeah.
It was all right, but
Yeah, I like that one.
What was it?
A Day in the Life with Sticky Fingers.
There was one too called like a hip hop opera.
Oh, I have no idea about that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're rapping their dialogue is pure rap, you know what I mean? So
All right, you need to send me that one. I'd like to see that. Anyways, there's our final 5. Really good job, guys. Right around an hour. Yeah. And next month, I promise I'll do this again. I promise. And then some of these might get answered. I mean, we're actually doing pretty good. I think I'll have to go through and kind of get rid of some of them that are like maybe never going to happen or that are just going to be, too far gone.
mm-hmm.
And we might have I might have a way to actually come up with a winner, but we're going to have to get a special guest on here to do like I was thinking like a rapid fire fact or fiction type thing where they already know the answers or something like that, and we'll have to try to win. I don't know. Then we start all over again and just start from scratch and go for and set like a certain amount of time so we can actually have a
Can we do it when Danny's in last place first, though?
Sure, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Danny's in that.
I totally agree with that. I think that, do I hear a second?
Surprise.
I second that.
Surprise.
You know what I mean?
Surprise. You know what? Surprise. Damn! I don't know what happened. I haven't done it. I had to. I haven't
changed
done
the rule of 3
Phantom
for just
Zone.
the 2 of us. That's what you just changed it to show to.
Just the 2 of us. At least I didn't use like his on him. Or like,
yeah, you should have though.
Fuck up, button.
not that one.
You took a smell.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
Anyways. All right, guys. Go ahead and tell everybody about yourselves one more time. Danny, we'll start with you before you pass out because I know you're not feeling great. Go ahead and tell everybody
I'm
about
Danny,
yourself.
aka Comic Chat. You can find me here on Monday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on one of our 3 shows. Also Wednesdays to hang out on Guys Cars channel at 8:30. 8 o'clock. Also 9 o'clock OOC. And Sundays mainly at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Storms Live. I'm not sure, Shift, if I'm going to do the Mandalorian. I know y'all didn't particularly care for this episode, so I may just wait till the 4th episode drops and then do all 3 of them, both of them at the same time. That's what I'm thinking. That'll probably be sometime.
That's what I'm doing with the Bad Batch.
But
yeah,
I'm a little under the weather. It's cold, so I'm gonna not cool it out as soon as we get done here.
Facts.
All right, Nzo.
Yep, Biggaford Entertainment. Thank you for the show. Finally, it was a good one. Even though you guys took the lead on me, but like Danny said, Wednesday will be the OOC, so come check that out. And then maybe Friday we will be doing a tournament. Figure out which one it will be, but you know how the tournaments go. Usually turn out to shit shows, but they're fun. So
I will be there.
Cool.
I will be there Friday. So good. All right. I am Chris Knight, Real Review 3000, Honstar YT, here at Chaos Central, Name That Tune, Unmasked the Masked Singer, Jackbox Games, all sorts of fun stuff. But with that said, guys, that is it. I appreciate all you guys. Everybody, say goodbye. Peace.
Peace.